Android.
Now at 5, Freeman Health System cancels plans for a new Southeast Kansas hospital. Plus, Humboldt cuts the ribbon on its new Cubs Community Care Center today. And
federal workers are urging lawmakers to reopen the government as the standoff shows no signs of letting up. I'm Erica Brown with more on the shutdown's impact.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Freeman Health System has decided not to build a new hospital in Southeast Kansas more than 2 years after the company officially broke ground. This is KOAM News. I'm Samantha Walker. The decision comes after Freeman launched a feasibility study for the project earlier this year. KOAM's Mitch Adams is live from the proposed location with the details. Mitch.
Yeah, Sam. Freeman says that the reason for this hospital being built was to fill a gap in the regional healthcare services in our area. But by this time, they say that the gap has been filled, changing the healthcare landscape significantly. According to Freeman, they say that the feasibility study considered multiple factors, including the impact of pending legislation, including the One Big Beautiful Bill, and evolving challenges in rural healthcare. Both of those variables contributed to the final decision not to continue with the hospital. In a statement, Frontenac's mayor says that they are disappointed. While we're disappointed, I want to be clear, this was not a reflection of Frontenac's infrastructure, readiness, or performance as a working partner, adding the city was providing full support and cooperation throughout. Freeman operations will continue in Pittsburgh at their already established location with the expansion of their oncology department, as well as the new location in Fort Scott, which just opened last month. Reporting in Crawford County, Kansas, Mitch Adams. Back to you, Samantha.
Thank you, Mitch. The Cubs Community Care Center opens its doors in Humboldt today. The Cubs Community Center has opened its doors in Humboldt. The new facility became a reality thanks to a grant and partnerships with Humboldt USTD 258 School District, Southeast Kansas Mental Health Center, and Allen Community College. The facility provides multiple services such as primary care, mental health care, daycare, and virtual education.
We explore what needs to be in place for Humboldt to be a vibrant community. We need things like healthcare and mental health care and daycare, and we need education opportunities for people to be able to extend those.
A ribbon cutting was held at the facility located near Humboldt High School. The hope is that the facility will attract even more students and families than before. Special Olympics athletes were throwing their best game at Erie High School today. Special Olympics athletes competed in the Southeast Regional Tradition Cornhole Tournament at Erie High School. The event brought more than 100 teams from across the region for the second year of competition. Erie High School students volunteered to help run the tournament. The event celebrated one of the fastest growing sports in Special Olympics.
This year, our partner at Erie, they run a track and field meet for us in the spring, wanted to do something in the fall for us. So we're really excited about this partnership because it's not just about the competition, it's about celebrating the school and all the volunteers that come and help from the school.
Organizers say the partnership with Erie High School creates opportunities for athletes to compete year-round. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us with a first look at weather.
And it turned out to be a great Wednesday for us today. Chilly start all the way down into low to mid 50s during the morning hours. We're going to do that again over the next couple nights. So it feels very fallish across the region. But of course, as we go through the next couple days, we're going to start to warm back up. Upper 70s on Thursday, maybe a few showers Friday, and those wonderful 80s. They return as we head into the weekend. Pretty much clear skies, a few mid and upper level clouds kind of skirting through, but it's going to be a quiet evening, quiet night. Few clouds get in here by morning. There could be a sprinkle tomorrow, but I'm going to keep it dry because I think it would be very far and few between. And then as we get into the afternoon, a smidge warmer into the upper 70s. We'll talk about rain chances on Friday here in just a bit.
Thanks, Doug. With no end to the government shutdown in sight, federal workers pleaded with lawmakers today to sit down together and work out their differences. Erica Brown has the latest from Capitol Hill.
At a news conference Wednesday, the head of the largest federal employee union called on Congress to reopen the government immediately as the government shutdown continues on for an 8th day.
I'm not here to say that Democrats should fold or Republicans should fold. I'm saying that both of them should come together, resolve these issues, and open the government today.
Lawmakers remain deadlocked over health care with no sign of any negotiations. Democrats want an extension of Affordable Care Act subsidies, but Republicans insist the shutdown should end first. Federal workers say they're the ones paying the price.
I am not here to discuss health care. I'm here to try to get 820,000 people paid.
The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
If the standoff stretches past this week, over 1 million active duty service members will not receive their next paychecks, despite having to report for duty. Speaker Mike Johnson said he would not call the House back into session to vote on a separate bill to pay members of the military, saying Democrats in the Senate should support the Republican bill already on the table to reopen the government.
The House is done. The ball is now in the Senate's court.
The shutdown also continues to impact air travel nationwide, with travelers at multiple airports bracing for more delays due to air traffic control staffing shortages. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The Senate has now tried and failed 6 times to pass dueling measures to fund the government. Still ahead, adult children's living on mom and dad's dime.
Fleeing the nest, but tied to your purse strings. I'm Jill Schlesinger with more on the financial pressures facing parents as their children become adults.
And a breast cancer survivor shares her story about a rare form that's on the rise.
Dealing with cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Topping today's Health Watch. During this Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a new report from the American Cancer Society shows a lesser-known type of breast cancer is on the rise in women in the United States. Bradley Blackburn has more.
Patty Schoen's routine mammogram in February detected an early-stage breast cancer.
It's a pretty horrific diagnosis, as you could only imagine. I'm 63 years old. I have no cancer in my family at all.
Because she has dense breast tissue, doctors recommended an MRI, which picked up a second cancer, invasive lobular carcinoma, which originates in the milk-producing glands.
What has God blessed me with? He saved my life. He allowed me to have ductal carcinoma in situ stage 0 in the left breast, so our surgeons could detect the more severe invasive cancer of the right.
An American Cancer Society report shows lobular breast cancer is on the rise. While breast cancer has been increasing 1% for all types, it's closer to 3% for lobular.
Sometimes it's hard to find and even then can be a little difficult to treat.
Dr. Arif Kamal says lobular breast cancer is often diagnosed at more advanced stages because it can be harder to detect on a mammogram. The cancer cells grow in a line rather than in a lump. More research is needed on why these cancers are increasing.
It's really important that women not only get mammograms every year so that if it is missed, that we'll find it in the subsequent years, but also to pay attention to their bodies. Oftentimes in ductal carcinoma, the other type of breast cancer, we'll find lumps or bumps. In lobular cancer, we're looking more for skin changes, a thickness, or asymmetry.
Patty had a bilateral mastectomy, reconstruction, and finished 16 treatments of radiation in July.
I thank God for that every day, that I get up and I have another day that I can take advantage of to spend time with my family and my grandkids and make memories.
And she wants other women to be aware about this other form of breast cancer. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Similar to other breast cancers, the steepest rise in lobular breast cancer is being seen among Asian American Pacific Islander women. The Medicaid expansion under the Affordable Care Act has helped to improve cancer survival rates, especially in rural and high poverty areas. Researchers from the American Cancer Society compared data from 26 states that expanded coverage in 2014 to several states that did not at the same time. They found a 5-year survival rate were significantly higher in Medicaid expansion states, where patients were more likely to receive timely cancer screenings and diagnosis. That's a look at today's health news, and a little later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Judek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about why cats hate water.
Plus, we're going to see a slow warming trend over the next few days. We're going to check that out coming up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rob Heron, and we're
on KOAM TV.
It definitely turned out to be a great Wednesday for us today. Kind of a cool start, but just a fantastic finish. Pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year, maybe a degree above average. But look at our temps during the morning hours. We dipped back to 53, 54 degrees, and then we've made it up to about 75, 76, which is great. Unfortunately, I hate to tell you, those 80s are going to be returning, but there's not much going on outside. A couple little upper level clouds kind of pushing through. Besides that, nice and dry. In fact, the whole lower 48 is pretty calm at this point in time. So there's not any big storm systems heading in our direction. Let me walk you through time. We're going to stop this. Tomorrow morning, some clouds kind of pushing through. Look at our temps again, kind of 53, 4, 5, 6 degrees to kick off your Thursday. We can't rule out 1 or 2 little sprinkles across the region during the morning hours, but I think most of you will stay dry. Smidge warmer, 77, 78, maybe 79 degrees as we go into Thursday afternoon. Let me take you into Thursday night, back into the 50s again, maybe mid to upper 50s. But here's what we want to start tracking. Here's Friday morning, 6 a.m. Looks like the bulk of these showers, this is a weak upper level wave, is going to push into central Missouri. However, we should get clipped by this, especially if you live in southwestern Missouri. So the better chances to get some rain are going to be Nevada, Lamar, Stockton, Monette, Cassville, even Joplin as these push through. So here's 9 a.m. in the morning, tracking southeast, maybe a couple guys trying to get going in southeastern Kansas. Here's 1 p.m. And then all these clear out just in time for high school football as we get into Friday evening. Also a little bit warmer on Friday. We warm up right around 80 degrees, back down near 60 by Saturday morning. All right, so rainfall potential. Again, most of this, or at least a better shot for rain, is going to be on the Missouri side. But the areas that do get some rain could pick up a quick quarter, maybe a quick half an inch, which would be great. We could use it. All right, Thursday, day planner, 58 start, 72 by noon. High temp, 78 degrees. Let's jump into four-state Friday night. High school football holding onto some decent weather. 75 at kickoff, 68 by the fourth quarter. Pretty good for almost the middle of October. It looks great out there right now. Great shot of our Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Tower Cam. Just outside of Seneca, Missouri. 70s, 60s, eventually 50s later on tonight, but it's nice out there, mid to upper 70s across the region. There's not a whole bunch going on. You can see these little ripples kind of in the upper level flow. So those are those weak upper level waves that we'll keep our eyes on as we go into Friday, and even a chance we could get an isolated shower on Saturday. But I think most Saturday afternoon looks pretty good. Look at those highs, mid 80s. Check this out. On Sunday, we climb into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. So I know it's been nice the past couple days, but the toastiness is going to return. Let's go 78 on Thursday, 82 on Friday, 84 Saturday, 87 on Sunday. And then we stay in the 80s all next week. Some better chances for rain Monday and Tuesday of next week.
I was just getting kind of used to these fall temperatures, so I'm not super excited to see those 80s, but I'm like, at least it's not the 90s.
We've been in false fall.
Yeah.
So
I thought we already had that.
Yeah, like, we have it again.
Well, thanks, Doug.
You bet.
Coming up, a new report shows most parents still support their grown children financially.
Invest in real estate.
Topping today's Consumer Watch. Some parents look forward to that bittersweet moment when their kids flee the nest, while others are still footing the bills into their children's adulthood. CBS News business analyst Jill Schleicher breaks down how you can help, but not enable.
The demands on time and money come with the territory of parenthood. But for many moms and dads, these pressures continue even as their children become adults. A recent report found that 3/4 of parents are footing the bill for their children's one-time goals, such as a wedding or a down payment for a home. More than 6 in 10 are covering ongoing expenses like living expenses and phone bills, and nearly half are paying for health insurance. And let's face it, the economic realities are still challenging in the post-pandemic era. So how can you help but not enable your adult children? Start by determining whether helping them puts you in any financial peril. Then have open and honest conversations with them and explain that you can be a backstop in the event of an emergency like the loss of a job or illness or divorce, but you can't provide ongoing support that would prevent you from saving for yourself. If you can afford to help, discuss how long the arrangement will last and agree to revisit the situation every 6 months. In New York, I'm Jill Schlesinger.
For some investors these days, all that glitters is gold. The price of the precious metal topped $4,000 an ounce for the first time in gold's biggest rally since 1979. Observers say gold surge comes in part due to a weakening U.S. dollar and uncertainty amid the government shutdown and tariffs. Investors have long seen gold as a way to protect against inflation, and its price has rocketed more than 50% this year alone.
Gold has really outperformed most major asset classes since the global financial crisis and the Great Recession, and I think that is in large part because of these mounting worries about debts. Until we see a rationalization of the debts, whether it's by raising taxes, cutting spending, or just a currency devaluation, I think gold will continue to be a popular choice.
Central banks around the world have been buying gold, which has also boosted the price. Salesforce says it will not engage, negotiate with, or pay any extortion demand after cyber criminals claim to have stolen nearly $1 billion of the cloud-based software firm's files. The hacker group involved is connected to a string of ransomware attacks on British retailers. Salesforce says it's not been compromised, and a hacker who claims to be a part of the group says the files were obtained through attacks on the company's customers. Salesforce says it's investigating the claims and providing customer support. Batches of Snowpack Foods frozen spinach have been recalled due to possible listeria contamination. Customers are urged to throw away or return the product to the place of purchase for a refund. The Department of Agriculture warns the spinach may also be found in some HelloFresh ready-made, cheesy, pulled pork pepper pasta and unstuffed peppers with ground turkey meals. The USDA is warning Americans not to eat the meals. Federal regulators are investigating, and they say no illnesses have been reported so far. A final check of the forecast is next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, a middle school in trouble rescued by the tradition of debate. Our Eye on America shows you how one principal's gamble paid off. Then on KOAM News at 6, Pittsburgh State students gear up for their Fall into Service volunteer program. Plus, Joplin's Independent Living Center hosts its first ever eye care health fair. And in sports, a preview to the MSSU Lions men's and women's basketball media days. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and KOAM News at 6. The real reason your feline friend treats water like it's lava, and it's not what you think. Today, our pet vet on call, Dr. Eva Dudek, answers the question, why do cats hate water?
Probably because unlike dogs whose fur is repellent to water, cats' fur actually absorbs water like a sponge. So when a dog gets out of the bathtub or the pond, he can shake it all off and he's ready to go, but a cat can't. He gets very, very heavy, and that must make him feel vulnerable and unsafe, because even though they are predators to little creatures, they are prey to larger things, and that cannot be a safe feeling.
We invite questions from anyone. If you have one, just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. Now let's check out our picks of the litter for this week. From the Joplin Humane Society, this is Judge Judy. She's a domestic medium hair adult cat and loves to be pet. This Judge Judy won't lecture you, but she will demand belly rubs. Next, from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, meet Zoidberg, a black retriever lab boxer mix. He's 11 months of pure puppy energy waiting for you. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? Well, we're enjoying some fall temperatures, but only temporarily.
Very true, but it's going to be a fantastic evening as we slide back through the 70s, 60s, into the 50s again. 78 tomorrow. Back to the 80s on Friday. We could get a few pop-up showers, especially Friday morning, maybe a random one Saturday. But yeah, it gets toasty again.
Well, thank you so much, Doug. Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.